Good afternoon, folks. Robert Chappell here, Executive Editor of Madison365 with your daily update for today, which is Wednesday, April 27th. It is the third anniversary of the snow opener. You might remember for Madison's first home game ever. Every Stevens Field had to be delayed a half hour to plow the snow off the field. It was a wonderful night 3 years ago tonight. Let's get into some COVID news because the news isn't as bad today as it has been recently. Still not great, to be honest with you. 1,524 new cases confirmed today. That puts our 7-day average at 1,159, which is actually about a little bit lower than it was yesterday. It was 1,172 yesterday, so not a lot lower, but at least steady, right? It's not didn't go up today, so we'll take that. The percentage of positive test rate, however, did go up from 8.2% to 8.8%. Looks like yesterday's was actually, it was 8.2 yesterday when we brought it to you here, but yesterday's total has now been upwardly revised to 8.6. So today's 8.8. That's really, really, really way too high. That's about where it was in like November of last year, during the middle of the Delta surge in October, November last year. So that's not good at all. We'd love to see that come back down below 3%. Not sure that's going to happen. The hospitalizations also kind of a mixed bag today. 212 people currently hospitalized with COVID-19 infection. That is still a relatively low number, but it's 10 more than yesterday, and it's 71 more than a week ago. That's kind of a lot. It's kind of a big increase. 36 of those in the ICU, which is actually lower than yesterday by 2, but 12 more than it was a week ago, which is, like a 50% increase in the past week. We don't like to see that. So we rather than look at individual numbers, we look at trends, right? And hospitalizations are low, but going up. Are they going to go all the way back up to 2,000 where they were in January? I doubt it. But still, we don't like to see those increase. One number that's down is the 7-day average of new confirmed deaths is down to 1 per day in the past 7 days. That's not that only one person died per day in the past week. It's only one death certificate was confirmed as COVID-19 in the past 7 days. Each of the last 7 days. So that the death number has not gone up. That's really the good news in all of this, is that the current increase in cases has not led to an increase in deaths that we know of yet. Right? It might be leading to an increase that we just haven't confirmed yet, because it takes weeks to confirm a COVID-19 death. So if that's going to rise, along with this current rise in cases, we'd expect that to start rising later this week and early next. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't. All right, so that's the COVID-19 situation. Things are looking slightly better than yesterday, but still slightly worse than a month ago. That's kind of the way it is happening right now today. So we're going to take a short pause. We're going to hear from our sponsor at Madison College, and we'll be back with more news right after this. Do not scroll away.
Apply yourself this summer. At Madison College, we encourage you to be your truest self. You're a trendsetter. Whether it's the clothes you're wearing, the music you're listening to, or the new game you're playing, you're into it first. Friends and family seek your advice because you're a natural born leader. For you, life is all about taking things to the next level. And at Madison College, we can't wait to see what you do. Apply yourself this summer.
All right, we heard yesterday from the University of California system that they will offer, or they will waive tuition and fees for any California residents who are also members of a federally recognized indigenous nation. This is part of an ongoing effort in the University of California to support Native American students, and specifically, it was mentioned by leadership of the University of California to recognize the harm that had been done to Native American people over the centuries, and that trauma, that those negative impacts, do filter down through generations. So this is the next step, and it begin right away. It begins fall 2022. Anybody applying for school right now in California will, who's a member of a federally recognized indigenous nation, will get free tuition starting next year. Not a bad idea. Are you listening, University of Wisconsin? Locally, Madison East High School has a new permanent principal. Mickey Smith has been the interim principal there for several months. She's been overseeing the return to school, which has been rocky, to say the least. There's been lots of fights over at East, but not at any other schools really. It's just it's kind of a function of a lot of different things. She's been trying to gain control over there and has been doing the best she can. Again, she's a long time assistant principal in the Madison Metro School District, and will take on that job permanently now, as it has been announced that she is the full-time permanent principal at Madison East High School. And finally today, Michael Ford, the hip-hop architect, has been named one of the 3 Young Architects of the Year by the Wisconsin chapter of the American Institute of Architects. Michael has been running hip-hop architecture camps since 2017, I think, 5 years, all over the world. And has recently worked on projects such as the Bronzeville Performing Arts Center in Milwaukee, the Universal Hip Hop Museum in the Bronx, and a new virtual metaverse space that he's designing for infamous mothers here in Madison. And that I find just endlessly fascinating. And I'm actually going to do a story just on that because I think that's just fantastic. Okay, that's the news for today. We'll have more for you tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on these COVID numbers. Hope they continue to stay level. Maybe even start to drop at some point. They won't really turn around until more people get their boosters. We're only at 34% boosted in Wisconsin. Need to get that up. So if you haven't got that booster, go ahead and get it. And until then, we'll keep tabs on them. Have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We'll talk to you soon.
This is 365 Media.